Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21 Career Mode. We're on episode 69. It's also the final episode of our Giro adventure. We have 2 stages left to get through. This is the last opportunity for us to lose significant time because, well, all we have to worry about is losing. We don't need to worry about gaining at this point. Karaman with excellent race day condition, +4. Mark Guerrero finally has a 0. And how is Berlikov looking? +3. That is good. That is very good. Okay, Maida, I want you to go ahead and start setting tempo. Because, well, that's what we need today. Today is the day where we ride defensive. Today is the day where we ride not to lose big chunks of time. Now, if we have an opportunity to take time late, then of course we're going to take time late. We don't want to try to do something when it's not necessary. So today we use the team to control the Peloton, to keep the breakaway group reasonable, to keep the gap reasonable, and to protect against attacks on the final climb. So this is the day where we do the team sprint train and go in a more defensive manner to prevent somebody from gaining loads of time over us. At the moment, no breakaway at all. Maida is actually in the current version of the breakaway, but that's already been pulled back, using him to try to control the pace. I've got no problem with a breakaway getting away, but let's see. Inkishin, where are you doing? Rebovis looking great today. 77, 77, 81 resistance. I like our chances on a stage like this. 11 riders going clear. I'm assuming none of them are top contenders. Chavez, Schultz. Yeah, that group's just fine. That group is just fine. Okay, Rivera has made it to the front. Go ahead and protect Karaman. And do we want to protect Martin Guerrero or Riabovas? I think that answer is obvious today. Riabovas throughout this race has had better condition. By the way, stage 20 already, and we still have no bonus for Berlikov. Now by bonus I mean fitness peak. He's never started his fitness peak. Fitness has built throughout this race up to a 97%. We've kept his fatigue low in preparation, so we had him not full strength entering in. The +3 race day condition is coming down to objective and because he's leading the race. That's a +2. The +3 was a +1 race day condition draw. So never getting into the fitness peak. The worrying thing though is I think it's going to start in 5 days, 6 days, and that means it's going to wrap up early at the tour, so that kind of sucks. He's going to be bouncing back. We'll see what kind of condition he's in. We have 12 now, and we're still leading at that 67 pace. I think we could back off a bit here with Maida. Make it a 65, allow that group to get away a little bit further so we don't see further attacks, and set us up. Now for what's to come on the stage, this, well, not the easiest climb, but will be fine, especially when I'm controlling the pace and Maida is leading it out with a 72. But Cat 3, Cat 2, uncategorized couple of hills, and then the real action is going to start after the sprint point. So we have a steep Cat 1, and then we have a gradual ascent into the final climb, the official final climb, where it really picks up. That's 23k, max is 11, average is 6.5, and when you throw in another 15 to 20k in front of it, of uphill gentle, I mean, we're talking about a 35-40k final climb. Now, that does suit Berlikov compared to others. The length of the climb, longer it is, the more it suits him. Having that Cat 1 right in front of it, the more it suits him. But that doesn't mean anything. It's us versus the world on this stage, and we're going to have half a dozen climbers with 80 or better trying to attack us, most likely. It's our last chance. Maeda not working too hard here at the moment. Gap is out to 4.5 minutes. He should make it over the top. He will get a better recovery on the descent, and then we can pick it up again. And this is me not hurting the rest of my team, so that's good. I've actually dropped some riders. And with 2K to go, you can see other teams decided to now contribute, as they're probably happy with the gap to the break. Now the gap isn't to that entire break, right? Those 12 riders, it's all split up. It's all split up. So only some of those guys are still going to be out in front of us and have that 6-minute gap. And that means it's going to be that much easier. And Maeda now has some support, so it's going to allow him to both recover and have an easier time of things. I think this is a good opportunity for Martin Guerrero. Or do we want to... No, let's go ahead and use Gonzalez Albiol to go get water. And you see how Maeda has recovered quite well. We'll up his effort slightly. Trek puts another rider on the front. In fact, it looks like 3 riders on the front. So I'm happy to have their support. Makes it easier on me. They have 5 total riders at the front at the moment. Okay, 165k left to go. Let's speed things up for a little bit, as this is going to be the quiet period. Alright, so we go under 100k to go. As you can see, Gonzalez Albiol is not only tired, but he crashed and lost a lot of energy to first get back on the back of the Peloton and then to try to bring water forward to the rest of the team. It was natural to do it at that time, but it was definitely costly to him, and we're about to lose him. Maeda, meanwhile, still leading at the front. Trek has actually given up when they had led for quite a while. Hopefully they'll come back forward and help again soon, because Maeda is nearly done. Gonzalez Albiol is already beginning his fade. Peloton was split up a little bit, but it's back together. Though with this climb upcoming soon, I have a feeling it's going to split off and the race is going to be on here. So that's going to leave me 2 riders short. I'll have 6 for the upcoming climb. I think Igashin is going to have to give up his turn next, and that's going to get us down the stretch. We'll use Rivera and Martin Guerrero soon after that. You see we take the left-hander there. Looks like we might be going back that way fairly soon. Maybe not. I don't really see a situation where we're kind of back at that elevation level. But Gonzalez Albiol has been dropped, at least for now. It's back together already, but it's definitely yo-yoing, and Maeda is done. But somebody else has picked up the slack, and that's Trek and Movistar, now ready to contribute 6 minutes. If they're pushing, I might as well let them. Okay, let's also prepare for what is to come. As you can see, we are struggling to keep pace a little bit right now.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
Alright, Berlikov is about to go solo, right? Yes. So why don't we change this up, Martin Guerrero. Protect your team leader. Ria Bovis. Igashin is done. Igashin is done as well. So I think I need to get Ria Bovis to protect Karaman. And then we will use Rivera. Well, let him stay put for a little bit as long as Trek actually has some sort of chase ability. Let's let Ria Bovis ride solo. But we'll keep an eye on that. Rivera's that next one to sacrifice. I don't think we're actually getting contributions from Trek anymore, are we? They're letting Egashin handle it. Let's go ahead and get Rivera on front.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
Okay, we'll gel up with Rivera. I think 74 is a good pace for now. We'll keep an eye on that, see if that's enough. I'm okay with some of the breakaway riders continuing to open the gap a little bit, but under 5 minutes is certainly okay. I'm trying to set this up for the final climb. See what sort of firepower we have left at that point and what we can do. So Skilmos, that's an awfully good climber. Yeah, 81 mountain to take the front. But he's not dropping Rivera, and Rivera's working at a 74, so he's not climbing that hard that fast. But he's certainly climbing at a tempo that's going to split this field, and we are seeing that. It's already 56.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the
47.
fact that there's a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
Egashin's been dropped. Finally, we start to bring back breakaway riders. First up is Cavagna. Rivera will be done fairly soon. It's going to leave me down to 4 guys. I'll be happy to let others take up the chasing thereafter. I'm going to back off with Rivera so he can last a little bit longer. We're down to 38. That's good that I've got 4 relatively full strength guys. I mean, we'll get a chance to recover over the top. We'll have 4 for the final climb. It's a really long final climb. Okay, Rivera out of energy. So just go 99, bud. Climb as hard and as fast as you can. We're going to see the gaps open in front, though. Out to 433. Do not want to put anybody else on it. Let another team come forward and contribute. We'll see if anyone actually does. Trek finally does. Skilmos again. He sits in 14th overall. So Trek has really used up a lot of firepower. Rivera fading. We'll be out the back in just a moment. Being accompanied by Stjonic, Shampison, Ron struggling towards the back, but he's hanging in there. You can see a movie star rider. Let's see if we can pick out who that is. Alba about to get dropped. And then movie star will be down to just a couple of guys. Castrillo. Okay, now we're seeing Skjelmos take over again. And 2 movie star riders. That's Carapaz. That's the one we got to watch out for. Martin Guerrero is struggling now with 4.5K to go to the top. I don't think he's going to be here. I think we're going to be a bit more select for the final climb. That's a little worrying. But again, the smaller the group is, better our chances. Skjelmos is really leaving a lot of guys at bay. Nick Schultz being brought back in. And the group thins out further, down to 32 now. Rivera's already gone out the back. Martin Guerrero still here. Riabova's still here, but struggling. Not as much of a chase at the moment. Nope, Skjelmos again comes. Foot down. And that's going to force some guys backwards, like Martin Guerrero. Down to 32. I think Martin Guerrero's about to get dropped, but at least he's being dropped with Alba. And he is. He is out the back. We're down to 27. Ben O'Connor on the verge of getting dropped. He sits 22nd. Haig, who was in the break all the while, not in the break today, as he's moved into the top 10. Connor, you see these guys really struggling, but seem to be hanging on. Riabova's nearly to the top, less than a kilometer to go. Hopefully he can hang on. Let's stop riding for others and ride for yourself here to try to get over the top. Martin Guerrero, a minute behind. This group could get back on, but I kind of don't want it to. That's 2 movie star riders. Even though Castrillo and Alba aren't great, and Martin Guerrero is a bit more, 2 movie star riders is probably worth more than Martin Guerrero. If they do get back on, they get back on. 53K to go. Karaman, you're going to go get water. You're already at full strength. Ryabovas needs to recover. So for now, we allow him to recover as much as possible because we really need him. There you go. Martin Guerrero already got water. Why he would contribute to this chase, but he wants to get back up there. He sits 21st. Schultz attacking. Karaman has the water. Stays arrow tucked, so he's not really going forward very fast. He's got Ryabovas covered now. Almost to the bottom of the descent. He needs to finish this soon before he wastes energy at the base. Come on. There's the base. Oh, and he still hasn't finished it. Gets cut off by Ciccone, the Trek leader, and is further back than where he started. And now here's that waste of energy that I was talking about. Heart rate jumps about 20. Okay, Ryabovas, now back to your task. Protect your leader, not Karaman. And now it's all about Berlikov from here. Let them chase on. 447. I do not want to contribute. I will follow attacks, though. I will respond to attacks, but let them handle the pursuit of the breakaway and the thoughts of the stage. Martin Guerrero down to 4. Keep an eye on him because he's still only a minute behind. Minute 10. They've lost a little bit of time here on the flat, and I think they're going to continue to lose more. And they're not going to be at full strength. If he gets back up there, he's not going to be much use to us. Trek, Skilmos still working. That's going to hurt him so bad. He's going to drop back. Okay, here's what's left up front. Chavez struggling. 2 minutes up the road. Rokas. Janietz. And then the front 4. Fabro, Bowman, Darina, Flores. Time-wise, we're looking at 25 minutes is the closest. Those guys are not contenders. They are not a threat. Skilmos, 24 minutes, though. Gap behind us is coming down, and it's down to those two. Martin Guerrero's going to pull this thing back, isn't he? Those guys just sat on and he did the work himself. Okay, well, Martin Guerrero has returned. Let's at least control how he's going to do this thing. Okay, gap is 5:45. That opened up pretty quick. No wonder. No wonder this group got back on and had some energy to spare. Okay, we saved his gel at the very least. I go a little bit easier here. Make it last a little longer. 30K. Stock Pro out. That was somebody who was in a crash a little bit ago. He was just closer to the front of the field, and we have huge gaps. The back riders are still descending that Cat 1. We went over that quite a while ago. Okay, Martin Guerrero, gel. 25K to go, almost to the base of the climb.
The back is not fighting for it. It's clear as day.
No one was leading. That's why we put him on the front, and he wasn't really in the group anyway, so let him lead gently at the front. The Bangwa. Okay, go ahead and protect Karaman. And see you later. Let's hope those two movie star riders being here doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. Guessing it probably will. Court Nielsen, just hanging on at the back. And here's the attack. That's breakaway rider. Storer, no threat. Uran, no threat. McNulty, no threat. Those three, not worried about them. We're above this. Gel. He's not going to be around too much longer. 27 in the group. Guerrero's already lost 2 minutes. Looks like we're on the verge of pulling those guys back. But again, not too worried about it. Jenny Yates is dropped from that group. He was the breakaway rider who just latched onto the back for a little while. 16K to go now. Ria Bovis struggling. And we're about to be down to 2. And I have a feeling that the others are going to smell blood. As in, it's going to invite attacks as soon as he's going out the back and they see that we only have 2 riders left. That's going to be that.
Falling behind.
14K to go. Final climb of the Giro. Those 3 riders are still away, but again, that's 9th, 10th, 11th place. And well down the order. Not worried about them going up the road. I am worried about Ciccone
Acceleration by Uran.
and Haig. Yes, we need to respond to Ciccone. Top 4. That's what you gotta watch out for. So Karaman, Gel, and begin your climb. Let's see what your pace is at an 80.
And he spurts away from the group. He's going
And here
for a
goes
big time.
Carapaz as well. That's actually what I want at this point. Vingegaard, because look how much he's struggling now. Look how much he is struggling now. Only 15 here. And we are pulling these guys back pretty dang quick. And that's 12 kilometers to go. Karaman, slow it down. Slow it down. Okay, that's a lot of breakaway riders. How did Uran end up the road? Oh, Uran was in the break, right? Alright, we've pulled back almost everybody. Really back off now. I don't think anybody else is going to want to pick up the chasing, though, here in a moment.
The riders are going through a very tough portion.
These are the last 4 riders. That's the front of the race at the moment,
There's
by
now
the way.
just 10 kilometers left.
Orlikov has plenty in the tank. But 9K, that's a lot. Hindley. Hindley is 5th place, 645 down, and he's a good climber. Ciccone attacks again, but that didn't work out so well. I'm okay with Hindley up the road slightly. We will respond in kind with Burlikov soon enough. He is going to attack. Karaman. See you later. Here we go. Burlikov, solo. Attack a little bit longer. Okay. Now, climb at your pace. 7.6K. Will these 2 work with me? Hindley will, if I go at a gentler pace. Okay, behind us, Haig, McNulty, Storer leading the way here. Carapaz struggling. Ria Bovis, way back there. Where's Karaman? There's Karaman. De Plus goes clear from 3rd place. He's leaving Carapaz behind.
5 kilometers remaining.
Filippo Ganna going with him to support him. Burlikov still getting some support. 4K to go. Carapaz is still here and has been left behind by this group. Ganna, Haig, De Plus looking to move up in a second. Burlikov, we're not that far up the road though. 3K to go. Finally I get a turn from Hindley. We're a minute up the road though. That is still a good gap. And actually it's holding. Minute 10, minute 13, down to 2 of us. Uran has been dropped.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
Haig so low. He left behind De Plus. And we have 1.5K to go. Here we go. I think I can ride him off my wheel. 1K to go. 85. And yes, we do ride him off the wheel. Technically, he's still there, but he's not there. He's trying to come back at us for the finish line. Berlikov, come on, where's your sprint, Berlikov? Where's your sprint? Get that stage. Get that stage win. There you go. Stage win. Hindley, second.
The tail enders are still coming in.
Here comes Uran to get the last spot on the podium from the break. McNulty. Haig's going to overtake McNulty, it looks like, just before the line, maybe. Doesn't matter, it's 4th and 5th. DePluce trying to move up the order. He's going to be 6th. He's over 2 minutes down. Almost 2.5 minutes down. We're going to add another 2.5 minutes to our lead. DePluce. Here comes Moscan, his teammate. And Ghana. Storer. Ciccone from 4th. He's going to get 10th on the stage. Karaman gets 11th. That's good for him. The Bangwa. There's Carapaz finally down to 13th. Well over 3 minutes behind. Vingegaard also. We just improved our position even more heading into the final stage. Surprise result here. Hindley has gone from off the podium to 2nd place. 6:49. I'm well clear. Don't die on the final stage, as in don't crash out of the race, is all I need to do. I could have a -5 race day condition and still win this thing. Please don't give me a -5 race day condition. I'd really appreciate that, though. Don't test my luck on that one. DePluce drops behind Hindley, but moves ahead of Carapaz. Carapaz from 2nd to off the podium entirely there. Ouch. And then Ciccone at just under 9 minutes down. You have a definite race still for the podium. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. 2 minutes separating them could change hands, right? You could see that kind of gap. Vingegaard, though, I think he's locked in on 6th. Haig, from totally out of it to well down the order to a few breakaways, gaining a bunch of time, and moves all the way up to 7th. Maroe up in the 8th is really surprising, but same circumstances. McNulty just 2 seconds behind him in 9th. Uran, there's the other surprise of the day besides Hindley, from the breakaway, gets 3rd on the stage, and ends up moving well up the order from the mid-teens to 10th place. Unfortunately, it's Karaman. He unseats for that. He's a minute ahead of him. Top 10 might be out of reach for Karaman, but maybe not. We've got a 76 time trial. Urana is a 70. We'll definitely gain some time. McNulty is not somebody we're going to gain the time on. Mattaway, really poor. We could gain some time on him. Can we overtake one of those two to get back into the top 10? Maybe. We'll see. Points, 2nd place. Good place to be, but not going to win that. Or do we get points for a time trial? If we place in the time trial, if we get top 4 or 5, top 3, are we going to pick up points? I don't remember. KOM, 4th place. Well behind the winner, Bowman. Haig had the jersey, but he lost it today because Bowman was in the break and Haig moved up into a top 10 position. Fabro also in the break a lot, but you can see the clear leaders, the guys that were in the break pretty much every day. And then Carapaz and Berlikov getting the bulk of the points. But you can see he doubled Carapaz's points. Under 25s, a 1-2. Karaman's still right there. Skilmos drops a bit. He had been 2nd to Bangwa. You can see those two were definitely still around. Margaret above us, both dropping down. They were in the top 5 for a long time. And we are 2nd as a team. All things considered, that's really good. We're still a Continental Pro team, and we're going to win the Giro. Fingers crossed. 1 stage to go. All right, so we're setting off here on the final stage. I know you can't see Karaman or Berlikov behind me, so I'll have to let you know about the race day condition. The official, of course, you can see the actual stats in the box below. Anyway, the spread is fairly big. I mean, we're looking at a good 4.5 minutes from the front of the field to the back of the field. So time can be won or lost on a stage like this. But 4.5 minutes, Berlikov has almost 7-minute lead. As long as he doesn't crash out, he's fine. Again, I keep trying to jinx myself, though, aren't I? Poor time trialists are losing 3 to 4 minutes. Okay-ish time trialists are losing about 1.5 to 3 minutes. Good time trialists are losing 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. The best are competing, and they're spread out by about a minute. See, right above us is catching up to Champion here. Champion is a 64 time trialist. Rebovus, great race day condition, +4, and he's looking at an 80. Now, effort has been an 80 throughout, but we do need to back off to a 79 here. We've pushed a little too hard for him. Martin Guerrero, I'm pushing at an 80 as well. He's got an 82 time trial today with 80 resistance. That's one of the good ones. We'll see how he does. But Rebovus, under 5K, I think I've gone just a little too deep for him. I think Martin Guerrero is also going to have to see a 79 for a bit. I don't know why he's weaving back and forth across the road. But Rebovus, 9th and 5th at the time checks. Approaching the finish now, though. He's a little too early on the yellow bar running out the red bar. You still need that one, but he's already getting now 1.5K. The others have been hitting that at about 1K to go. And you know what? He's okay. He is okay. In fact, we can attack now to the finish line. And that's 10th, 53 seconds down. There you can see that gap. Even with an 80, he is still only 10th. Okay, Martin Guerrero. I wonder if we can go back up to an 80 for him, pushing towards the line. I think he's already kind of made up a little ground on where he was. He's now sitting 3rd, 10 seconds down. William Bloom-Levy has the time to beat at 32 minutes, 57 seconds. You can see really, really good time trialists throughout the top 6. Really great time trialists, that is. Karaman getting ready to set off. His bid to get into the top 10 is going to come down to this. He has what looks like a 0 race day condition. His time trialing, a +1, is going to be a 77. It's a +1. Okay, it's a +1. We're going to go 79 for a little bit, and then we're going to try to push to 80. He's only got 72 resistance, unlike Martin Guerrero, who has 80 resistance. So he's going to fade. Okay, Martin Guerrero. Yellow bar nearly out, but he's still pushing. So we're able to, I think, kind of push this one out towards the finish. 1K to go, and attacking. Okay, 99, and he is 5th place, 25 seconds down. That's good. He's already dropped to 6th. No, that's Craddock. How did I think that? Anyway, okay. It's the American flag. Threw me off. Okay, Karaman, let's go 80. I think he can put in a pretty dang good time here, hopefully within 1.5 minutes of the leaders. That means he's looking at gaining 1.5 minutes on those around him, and that's what he needs, right? He needs 1 minute, 2 minutes. Depends on who he's chasing. He needs 1 to 2 minutes. I don't know how well he's going to get that much, but he's got a significant gap in quality over a couple of those guys, so he might gain. Burlikov is going to be setting off here pretty soon. Karaman was 21st, 29 seconds down. That's pretty dang good through that first check. Okay, Burlikov getting ready. Oh, he's got a good race day condition. Not fantastic, but he's got a good one. 74 time trial today, 76 resistance. We're looking at probably a +2 or +3. +2 would be expected, so +2. I think he can handle being on an 80 for a while. Back off if and when we need to. Second time check for Karaman, and he's right in the same place. 22nd, 51 seconds behind. He's going to lose a little over a minute. He'll be about 1:20 down, I'm guessing, at the finish line. We need to back off to a 79, though, otherwise he's not going to make it. Burlikov going a little bit below his mark already. Filippo Ganna just went top by 8 seconds over William Bloom-Levy. And Karaman under 2K, but already yellow bar gone. Final kilometer, attacking. I can't attack any harder. He just makes it to the line. 30th, minute 31. So right at the minute 30 that I expected at the beginning. I was hoping for a minute 20, but that's a good time. Unfortunately, it's not going to beat everybody. It's to beat some, but plenty of guys are going to stay ahead. Okay, we need to back off for Berlikov as he's gone a little too far into the red. He is 43rd, 39 seconds behind, now a minute 9 in 44th. He's going to lose at least a minute and a half. He's probably going to lose about a minute 45 by the end on this thing, and that means he is going to lose some time, but he's definitely not losing the race lead. This year's Giro d'Italia ends in 5 kilometers, now 4 kilometers. Berlikov already approaching that point where he is going to be in the red, running out at 2.1, 2.2k. He's going to run out a little bit before the finish, isn't he? He is. Just before the finish. 56th, 205 down. But he gets the general, he gets the young rider. Ghana takes the stage. So that goes unchanged. Martin Guerrero keeps 7th place. Good result on that. And there it is. Berlikov winning by 7.5 minutes. De Plus back into 2nd. Carapaz back up to 3rd. 2 seconds separating them. And Hindley, same time as Carapaz, misses the podium. Holy crap. Poor guy. He goes from 2nd. Well, he goes from 4th to 2nd, but then he goes back to 4th. But only 2 seconds separating 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. That is absolutely crazy. Berlikov gets 4th in the KOM. No points in the points classification. So no change there. Berlikov winning the under 25s. Karaman at 19:46 down, so we got back within 20 minutes. De Bengwa moves ahead of Skjelmos to take the podium, final spot on the podium for the under 25s. And we stay 2nd place, 19 minutes down on Ineos. UAE, Jumbo-Visma, and Movistar round out the top 5. Alright, I was focused on the podium and those 3 guys following us and just how close they ended up being. Ciccone rounds out the top 5. Vingegaard, as we figured, stays 6th. Haig stays 7th. McNulty 8th, moving ahead of Mattaway, who slips to 9th place. Big gap between them two. Uran stays 10th. Karaman closed it down to a half minute, but could not close it down further. Storer 12th. Ghana finished 13th. Wow. Bowman finished 14th. De Bengwa and Skjelmos dropped all the way to 16th place. All right, folks, we have done it. We have won the Giro d'Italia. Our first ever Grand Tour appearance results in a Grand Tour victory. And comfortable 7.5 minutes clear and 2 more seconds separating the rest of those spots on the podium. That part's pretty crazy. The fight for 2nd was on. Man, oh man, was that close. But 7.5 minutes, not close. But speaking of not close, it was a big victory. But it could have been bigger. 1 hour and 55 minutes is the record for the Giro. That record set back in 1914. It was a while ago. It was a big gap. It was a different time in 1914 where you had solo rides. You had a very small field. We're talking about 30, 50 riders taking the start and not getting the team aspect and very much riding apart from one another. So huge gaps existed. So an almost 2-hour gap from 1st to 2nd. But 7.5 minutes is pretty dang good. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.